Can I tell you something?
No.
In a bleeding society, women will be the first to fall. Seriously, though, like, there's a lot of reasons why this is the case. There's a lot of reasons why, if you observe history, you look at the world, you can see why the main targets of the whether it's the elites, the invaders, they go for the women first because they know they're the nodes of society. They know they're going to be the ones, the message. Send the message whatever they want to send down. If they want to send down that this is right, send it through women, and they shall be the messenger. They will be the carrier every time. The same way it's kind of symbiotic. It's kind of spiritual in a way. How they carry the life, they may also carry the plague down into society. All the tendrils go down, and it's fed a message. I was looking at a test, right? It was one of those YouTube polls. It was like, and of course it's like from like a black pill channel, right? But it was Android versus Apple, right? And you know, we know that it's just like phones. It doesn't really matter. Like it's just a fucking metal box. But latently, we all know which one gets you bitches and which one gets you made fun
Which one gets me bitches?
of. I don't have to say it. Even though it doesn't matter, if you even to make friends, like the most basic type of friends, like even if you're the most shallow person ever, do you really take into account their what phone they have? No, I feel like you don't. You really don't. But that performative part of your brain that is inherently male, it knows for a fact if you pull up with that green text bubble, it's over for you. And who is the one spreading this message? And it's not to say that means they're evil. It doesn't mean they're evil, but clearly there's one party spreading the message and the other is listening. Why? Because no one should fucking care. It's a phone. Yet somehow we're forced to care. Bring it on to, fashionable society. Bring it on to wealth and status and all these levels of material importances. Who is carrying the message and who is listening? We know every time they are the nose of society. They are the messengers. Now, what can we really do about that? Not much, because it's inherently in their biology. Back then, men, they would die in their 30s most of the time. The concept of an old man, it's actually it's very weird. It's just not normal. It's strange. Men were dying in wars, dying to, overstress and hard work. They were just dying before 30. Like, it's, well, I guess you don't know if you don't know, but that's the case. That's the truth of the matter. Old men is a very new concept. And what happens when the old men are dying and the women are whether they're being overtaken or being found to, migrate and find a new? They have to switch their matter of servitude to a new party. And it's brutal considering how this can be applied in the real world. It's not to say that they have no servitude. Of course, there's such thing as a loyal woman, but biologically speaking, if the greater, if the party that serves the greater good, the better material gain and the more secure life shows up, hey, you did your best. Thank you for participating, but you might lose. You might lose her. And people say that like when that happens, like it's as if she died to you, or as if you died to her. Sorry, it's literally as if you died to her. And most people are not ready to accept this. They're not ready to accept this truth, but that's why you're here. because you're ready to accept the truth. You feel this need and desire to find a revelation. I'll give it to you. When she leaves you, you died to her. And you need to accept that. And if we apply this back to what I was saying, for a lot of women, virtue died to her. Virtue died to her, and this new message they carry is their rock, is their protector, is their truth. And that's scary. You have this central power using half the population as the nodes for their plague. And I guess we can try to decenter them. I mean, good luck, you know. You're a guy, you're a man, you're meant to be the woman lover. You can't fucking decentralize them. But let's say they did, you know. You decentralize women, okay, well, what happens now? You're not reproducing because you're decentralizing women. You're not making families because you're decentralizing women. They made it a zero-sum game. It's either you submit to their message or you just die out. Like, I didn't expect this message to become so dark, but the truth will lead you to some very dark places in life.
Facts.
Thank you. And it's funny how this could all be derived from a question as simple as Android or iPhone or Apple. I don't know what else to say, you know, like, that's the truth of the matter. They are literally programmed to be like this. It's not their fault, it's who's feeding them the message. But just know that if this society's ill, they'll be the first carriers, they'll be the patient zero. And they'll spread it all throughout, and you'll eat it up because you're just a bitch, you know. I'm a bitch too, man. Like I like women. Women are cool, and that's not a bad thing. That's how it's supposed to be. But this world quite literally naturally selects those that are actively working against it.
How you stop being a bitch?
You gotta turn off your instincts. You have to quite literally lose your humanity. I mean, that's a bit about me, but the knowledge I've obtained, that it genuinely stole and robbed my humanity. It's an exchange. I don't know if it's a good exchange or a bad exchange, but it's one I had to do. It took away my humanity. I was telling my coworker yesterday, like, what is even lust anymore? Like, lust used to be a sign to, you know, to encourage procreation and further society, but when you don't need to further society, all lust does is all it is just an annoyance. It's just a nag at this point, you know. It's like an itch. Doesn't have any purpose but to piss you the fuck off. Because what happens when you're lustful? Okay, you talk to a girl. Oh, she's another node, and her values and her truth are protected by powers way above you and way more evil than you. Okay, you know, and even besides that, like, you don't want to reproduce. You just want a healthy partner. Nowadays, you know, most people don't want that. So, like, what is the lust for? Like, okay, this girl's pretty, this girl's attractive, she has a big ass. Oh my god, you know.
It's that hedonism.
Who the fuck cares anymore? Like, who cares? Yeah, she's attractive. I just don't care anymore. I just don't care anymore. Like, I cannot care anymore when I see an attractive woman. It's like I said, it's just an annoyance. Not an annoyance as in like incel behavior, as much as or inkwell behavior, so you don't get deleted here. But it's it's more of an annoyance of myself because I don't want the clown gene to activate, and I'm just gonna start acting like a dumbass for no reason. To start performing for a crowd I don't even want. Another thing is the emotional void. The emotional void of women and why it's actually very hard to be a woman. I don't want this to feel like this is like woman hate. It's not woman hate. Yeah. But it's very hard to be a woman, and why is that? It's because besides even just the whole biology of servitude and the node of ill messaging, it's the emotional void. Women are very emotional, we know this. Humans are emotional, but women more so. And when you create a realm, I guess, where your emotions are always meant to be validated, and you're always meant to feel as if you're right, well, we can very easily get stuck and trapped in their own emotional void, and be left to a very disastrous path we call hedonism. If you feel very emotional about everything, right, and with emotions we know the spectrum. If you are a human, because to a god all emotions are equal in value, in pertinence, in strength, but to a mortal, a human, you only want the good ones, right? You only seek and crave the good ones as the most basic, mortal creature. Pleasure. And when every emotion is supposed to be validated, and when you're always supposed to be valid, you can never feel invalidated. And you're always coddled and just treated like a princess. It leads you to a life where you feel as if everything you can do anything and everything as long as you feel as if you're pleasured. And as easy as it is to be like, oh, they're just demons, they're evil, I hate women, like, be realistic. Think about it. You were placed in a world where you're told everything you do is right. You're never wrong. You hate when you feel pain, and you love when you feel good. Well, what else would you do? What else would you do besides swim in that river? Yes, it's River Styx, but you're gonna swim in it because it feels good. You don't know any better. They quite literally do not know any better. And that's why I'm not here to blame them. I'm not here to scream at them. I'm not here to be like, yo, fuck women. It's pointless. I want to look deeper. I want to explore deeper. I want to delve. Delve, guys. I want to delve. I want to delve. Let's delve deeper. Because what's happening isn't as simple as women bad. It really is a void. And for one to pierce that void, they have to simultaneously be able to teach to apply the pain of tutelage, while at the same time making sure they don't break the illusion of pleasure. And how do you do that? Because that's very difficult. I don't know if any of you ever try to help someone that's in the wrong, who does not like pain or criticism, but it's very difficult because if you're actually teaching, then their brain is being challenged, but they don't like being challenged, so then they start to walk away. And in this world, in this realm, there's so many tunnels of escape, Someone's pissing you off, I'll just block them. Just block them, It's gotten to the point where people will start just ignore you, or they'll just walk away from you in person, because they just don't care anymore about respect or any sort of facet of, what is virtue, because like I said, nodes of society. If the messenger, not the messenger, if the creator says it's okay to disrespect someone to their face and treat them like ass, they'll carry the message and they'll do it. because Creator said so. And you'll see slowly the world getting worse and worse and worse, and you'll see how they will be the victims. They will be the first. Men always picking up the pieces while they always spread the plague and disease. And like I said, we're not blaming them because they're victims. We're all victims to them, okay? We're all victims to them. Who are they? I can't name them. I don't know. Evil. That's a great name for them. I'm not with this label shit. I'm not with, this certain country or this group of people. Evil. That's the thing we can all agree on. They're evil. Yeah, it just concerns me because I just don't know how. How do I get to them? It's part of why I try to make these videos, even though I know these videos aren't reaching them. That's not what these videos are really for. I think they're more cathartic release for people that kind of relate to me, feel certain ways. I mean, even people that don't feel the same way as me, but maybe things that I can elucidate them, the more meaningful, more meaningful ideas, something more than just women bad, because that's just it's so useless. But I know, how algorithms work. It's not gonna reach the carb addicted, miserable, doom scrolling 21-year-old girl. That's not right. It's not reaching her. But it could reach a fellow who has contact with these people and could possibly help them. I just want to help. I just want to do something because I just can't accept this. I'm not able to accept this. I know a lot of people have given up. They're on the doom pill. They're just ready to reincarnate. The vessel I have isn't ready for that. It doesn't accept that. It's not going to allow this world to just keep on just flagellating itself. It just won't. I won't allow it. It won't. So, yeah.